Hey, welcome to Talking Tech Tuesdays. I'm your host, Mack, also host of the Take Chances podcast, where we talk about three things: tech, culture, and people. Now, today we're talking about artificial intelligence, and I don't want to be too long-winded, but I do want to stress the importance of this conversation, as I believe this could help our community. So with that being said, I'm going to cut over to a quick interview clip. I want you guys to watch this and pay attention to it. Then I'm going to come break it down into what this means for our society, and then what it could mean for our community as well. Take chances.
And I've been talking to Americans around the country about automation, and they're smart. They see what's happening around them. Their main street stores are closing. They see a self-serve kiosk in every McDonald's, every grocery store, every CVS. Driving a truck is the most common job in 29 states, including this one. 3.5 million truck drivers in this country, and my friends in California are piloting self-driving trucks. What is that going to mean for the 3.5 million truckers or the 7 million Americans who work in truck stops, motels, and diners that rely upon the truckers getting out and having a meal? Saying this is a rules problem is ignoring the reality that Americans see around us every single day.
All right, welcome back. So in that short clip, you heard from former presidential candidate Andrew Yang talking about automation and what this could mean for our society, right? He also talked about how it's important to not frame this as a rules and regulation problem, but more so as a crisis or potential crisis that can affect our jobs and our American citizens, right? Not just American citizens, but our globe, our society. There's a data point that I want to share with you all that might be important, and then I'm going to go into what does this mean for us, right? So there's a stat that says 10 to 30% of jobs are at risk to be lost due to artificial intelligence / automation. All right, that's huge. I don't want to skate over that. 10 to 30% of jobs. Now, what are the jobs that are going to be affected by this, right? What does this mean for us? Grocery stores, fast food, insurance, call centers, technology, sales. There's quite a lot of industries that are going to be affected by artificial intelligence because of, time, efficiency, and the need to reduce costs. All businesses operate from the same principle. Either you're going to help them increase money, make them make money, or you're going to help them reduce costs. Artificial intelligence can help companies do those two things at a sometimes higher rate than humans, right? What is artificial intelligence? People are like, I'm with you, I understand, but can you just break this down from a fundamental level? Yes, I can. So artificial intelligence is essentially just a problem-solving machine, right? Humans have programmed machines to think in the lens of algorithms, which helps drive efficiencies and ultimately solve problems, right? Now, when you think about your job, you are getting paid, whether you work a job or run a business, you're getting paid to solve a problem, which then results in some type of capital gain for you, right? Now, artificial intelligence can solve more problems at less cost because it's a machine and it's not a human, right? Like, we go home after 8 hours of work, or for you as an entrepreneur, 12 hours of work, or however long you work, right? Machines don't go home. Like, say, when we think about artificial intelligence in relation to cars, you know how you can drive Uber for 12 to 14 hours? That Uber can drive it for 24 hours, right? And it doesn't get tired, right? Like, it doesn't get tired. It doesn't want to complain about his job or his manager. It is going to do his job every day until that computer shuts down. Now, I think I talked about what industries can be affected, right? Now, what can we do, right? Like, it sounds like it's doom and gloom for 10 to 30% of us, right? Or of all jobs and businesses. That's not the case. Now, there's a couple things that we can do. The number one thing that we can do is continue to have hope, right? And continue to live your life, because they say this can happen in 10 to 20 to 30 years. Let's just deal with those problems when they arise. Right now, we got other things that are on the horizon, like we're trying to beat a pandemic. With that being said, continue to live your life and don't necessarily get bogged down into the future and what people are saying, right? That's number one. Second thing that you can do is think about what you can do from a human perspective, right? How can I create businesses or opportunities that allow me to engage with humans, right? That's a little bit of a challenge right now because we are in a pandemic in relation to COVID. However, there's ways to interact with people via computers, via phones, just like I'm doing today on Talking Tech Tuesday. All right, another thing that we can do is share this information with people that are not aware. So we all know somebody who may work at a retail store or at a fast food restaurant or a grocery store or in a call center or in insurance. Even we know some lawyers, right? Like I know some lawyers who are starting to see automation, artificial intelligence matriculate into their daily routine, right? And when it comes to analyzing data, reviewing cases, and kicking off insights to help them be more effective and more efficient. It's happening pretty much everywhere. You go to the grocery store, you see it. So the number one thing that we can do is share this with people who might not be as aware as us so that we can help educate them on, hey, like this is coming. Here's what you should be thinking about doing, right? Not necessarily transitioning away, but just being aware of what could be coming down the pipeline so it doesn't hit you like boom and then you just don't know what to do. And, you know, you 5 years away from retirement, you haven't been saving the way that you needed to. So yeah, share this information, share it with your parents, continue to educate them on things that are coming down the pipe. If you want to learn a little bit more about this, you all can always shoot me a DM. Also, if you want to learn a little bit more about Andrew Yang, go listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, which he was on in February prior to the pandemic. Really insightful interview around automation. And again, the biggest people that I really want to listen to this is our parents, right? Because they're, you know, like closer towards the end of their career than they are towards the beginning. And, you know, a lot of them are stuck in their ways and technology is affecting them the most. And, you know, we are a little bit more flexible and can adapt and can change. Like we can hop on Zoom because we grew up with technology. Our parents are not necessarily as flexible in just their mentality. So share this with your parents. Encourage them to watch Talking Tech Tuesdays. Again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me every week. Again, if y'all need to get in contact with me, shoot me a DM. I'll talk to y'all soon. Take chances.